Hey guys, Matthew Don with Mastry's Brewing Co. here, hanging out in beautiful St. Pete Beach, Florida. Now last time we talked to you, we were bringing Breezy, our tropical blonde ale, out in 16-ounce cans into the market. We had a lot going on in 2022, and yeah, we've been a little bit on a hiatus with our films, but we've definitely been bringing a whole lot of new things coming to you, especially, again, all things around Mastry's Brewing Co. beer. So first thing I want to do, now that we're getting back into the action of talking about what we have going on, is introduce you to someone really special. New head brewer here at Mastry's Brewing Co.
Hey there everyone, my name is Deshaun Bonzi. I'm the new head brewer here at Mastry's Brewing Co. I'm excited to be a part of the team and to bring excitement to the second half of 2022 and beyond. Happy to be here. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. So Deshaun and I actually met through some mutual friends in the craft beer industry. You know, with what I have going on here at Mastry's Brewing Co., always trying to evolve to the next level, it really put me on the search of going, again, realizing that we're really good at all things around, but to really hone in and master some of these individual things that we do here, and more specifically the beer, really need to have a search out there for somebody to come in, have a passion about all things just the beer, that can really put a focus and an emphasis to letting that shine through the way we like shining through what we do with Mastry's, from our customer service to our branding to our, the marketing to just the people that work here, just showing how much fun that they have enjoying that. And again, the only way to help take that to the next level is honing in on a crowd that are craft beer focused.
I 100% believe in beer first. One of the biggest reasons why I'm here is because I can see that we have such a diverse menu on the board of different beer styles that we're doing and try to perfect and offer to the customers. I've been around the country. I've lived in the Midwest brewing out there, Oregon, and now I'm back here in Florida. And in some places you'll end up realizing that the palates are kind of like focused towards certain particular things, and the menus aren't always going to be as diverse. But with that said, with that knife edge of specialization, you're able to learn how certain people make certain things very well in certain areas, and you will never learn that if you just essentially just focus on the one thing over and over and over again, have that bigger perspective of what beer can be and not more than what it just is.
So Deshaun, you and I know, because we've had a lot of great conversations, but tell a little bit to the Mastry's following out there, a little bit more about like where your craft beer journey started.
My craft beer journey started when I was living in Gainesville, Florida, and a buddy of mine recommended I try High Life from Cigar City, which we all know, being in the Tampa Bay area, and it blew my mind away. At the time, no IPA had the aroma that High Life had, and I just couldn't believe it. And it was one of those things where it's not what it is, but what it can become. And beer can be a whole lot more than just, some American light lager, in a 24-pack. It can be almost anything. And that was about 10 years ago, and we have grown exponentially as an industry of what we can offer and what we can do. And from there, I essentially decided that I was going to move to Tampa and learn about beer, and that's what I've been doing for the last decade or so.
So yeah, for me, craft beer on a whole was really new almost with the time that Florida came into it. My palate was very well-rounded on the sense that I loved wine, all kinds of different wines, really focused more around the Cabs, the Bordeaux, the Malbecs, something with a little bit more spice on it. But growing up as a kid, my dad was actually allergic to hops and barley, so I was never drinking or even sipping or trying beer as a kid. I went to University of South Florida, which is right around the corner from the Yuengling factory. So of course you had Yuengling, but really what we know craft beer today, just completely different world. And my palate, again, had the fun of enjoying and figuring out what it was as it grew here in the Florida industry. My really first introduction to a lot of the beers in general were drinking a lot of these Europeans to import style craft beer bars that we had. Mr. Dunderbox, the Old Northeast Tavern. And again, these places were getting products like Unibrew. So I used to drink like the Trois Pistoles and the Terrible. And this is back when Magic Hat was actually first coming out as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I mean, and it, like you said, craft beer can be anything now, especially when it comes to the palate. We've seen it already gone through some cycles and waves here in Florida. We know hops, anything with hops in it is still going to be, in that top 75% of all sales in beers, from your IPAs. It doesn't matter if it's East Coast, West Coast, your milkshake, your fruited IPAs now, your sour IPAs, down to everybody's new favorite, the hazy IPAs. And really, I think the hazies are so popular because, again, people are a lot more West Coast focused, where they like that citrusy, juicy, approach to an IPA, where it's much more palatable and just socially drinkable rather than just a throat punch of a high IBUs.
Yeah, and it's crazy how the hop scene has changed so much. There's a meme about how if you gave a peasant, a cheeseburger today from 500 years ago, it would kill them. I kind of feel the same way with the hop varieties now. If you offered a brewer in Germany the hops that we produce now, they would blow their mind, just the amount of flavor and the progress that we've made just with hop breeding programs and just flavors that people actually like more now. It's insane how the industry has just grown exponentially within such a short amount of time.
All right, guys. Well, cheers. Thanks for hanging out and meeting the new Mastry's head brewer, Deshaun. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow us on the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all those things. Definitely keep up to speed with what we have going on here at Mastry's Brewing Co. And we do our best to put out all the information through all of our social media platforms. Come on out, though. Drink a beer, hang out, chat with Deshaun, play 20 questions. Maybe even give us some new ideas and some new beer styles that you would like to see us brew here at Mastry's Brewing Co. But until then, drink local, drink fresh, drink craft, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.